Hey pressure washing business owners, my name is Jonathan Henderson, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can get your pressure washing business on the first page of Google so that you're getting more leads and more sales into your pressure washing business. Because I know you're probably wondering, how does that pressure washing business that ranks on the #1 or the top 3 spots organically get all the phone calls and get all the leads and get all the sales? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how you can get your website from being obscurity and on page 2 and beyond to that first page so that you're getting more leads and getting more sales. Enjoy. Hey, so we're going to go over the new SEO formula for pressure washing businesses, because as you guys know, Google is constantly changing their algorithm and it can be hard to keep, up to date with, the best practices for SEO and the best practices for Google and what Google has been changing. So we're basically going to go over the new SEO formula for pressure washing businesses so that you can be up to date on changes, right? Because what we will cover today is the latest updates with the Google algorithm, the things that you may have put in place in the past that could be hurting you now, and then also how to optimize your website using the new SEO formula that is going to get you impactful results in rankings, for 2019 and beyond, right? And so does SEO still matter? A lot of pressure washing businesses, and owners that I come across that I talk to on a consistent and daily basis, they'll say, well, I'm just running Google ads right now, or I've been doing direct mail. And so I believe that you should have a holistic view about your online marketing and about even your marketing outside of, the interweb, where it comes to sending out direct flyers, door hangers. I do believe in that. But when people ask, does SEO still matter? Let's go ahead and take a look, right? Because if we just take a look at our normal search engine results page, as we can see right here, we have the Google ads, then we have the map listings, then we have the organic listings as well, right? And so as you can see right here, the map listings and organic listings are SEO driven, right? And we know that you pay for placement right here in the Google ads, right? So 71% of the clicks still go to the organic results, right? 71% of the clicks still go to the organic results. So that means that people are still skipping the ads right here and they're mainly going to, the organic results right here. Don't get me wrong, Google ads, you need those. But as you see right here, 71% of people are still going to the organic results, right? And even at that, 67% of those clicks go to the first 5 listings. So if you're ranked in the Google map, that is going to be a lead generator for your pressure washing business, which you can get organically as well, right? Which is determined upon how good your SEO is. Then also in these organic listings right here, you want to have a high position because you're going to get the bulk of those phone calls being in one of the top positions. So like I said, when people ask me, does SEO still matter? Yes, SEO still matters, and you can't rely on pay-per-click alone, right? So what are the 3 biggest changes when it comes to SEO right now, right? You can no longer get away with duplicate content. Low quality links pointed back to your website could hurt you, and you need a real physical office to rank well on Google Maps, right? And so the first thing that we talked about, you can't get away with duplicate content anymore, right? Most pressure washing businesses serve a 25 to 50 mile radius, lots of little suburb cities and towns, right? It used to be commonplace to set up pages for each city and keep everything the same, but change only the city. And so what I mean by that is you could have, let's use Tampa, for example, because there's Clearwater and St. Pete in Lakeland, Florida by Tampa, right? So a lot of pressure washing business owners used to or they still do to this day, they set up location pages where they're targeting different cities and they literally only change the city name. So if they're targeting St. Pete, and if they're targeting Clearwater, if they're targeting Tampa, the same content that they have for Tampa, they'll put for Clearwater and St. Pete. Even though we know that both of those, we know that they need unique content, they'll just change the city name. You no longer want to do that. The Panda update will go ahead and kick you in your butt, So lots of guys set up multiple microsites targeting different cities with the same content, only changing the cities along the way. So I've seen a lot of pressure washing business owners, what they'll do is they'll create other websites. So they'll create websites with just like the keyword, where they'll just be like pressure washing Tampa, or pressure washing Orlando, which those sites can rank well if you're a real business. But what's going to start happening is that the Panda update, like I said, is going to penalize your website if you have the same content and you just change the city along the way. So if multiple sites that you have the same content, you don't want to do that. Or for example, if you service multiple areas across your state, you want to make sure that you're making unique content for each one of them. So like I said, your pages must be unique from one page to the next and from one site to the next, right? So like your service pages, don't just copy and paste the same thing. Like, so sometimes I know that you have commercial roof cleaning and you have residential roof cleaning. So your commercial roof cleaning page needs to be different than your residential roof cleaning page. They need to both have unique content on both of those service pages. So yes, one of the biggest changes is you can't get away with duplicate content anymore. Second biggest change is too many irrelevant, low quality links pointed back to your website that can hurt you, right? So it used to be all about links. You used to just put some keywords on a page, just drive links to that page and it would rank. Don't get me wrong, links still play a very big role when it comes to your SEO, but that's not the only thing, and it may not be the biggest factor anymore. Don't get me wrong, it's still one of the biggest factors, one of the top 2 biggest factors still, the links. But at the same time, it's not all about links as it used to be. The Penguin update addressed that, and now it's all about quality and relevant links, right? So you want to have quality and relevant links going back to your website. So if you're a pressure washing business, you don't want a restaurant linking back to your website. You want local business directories. You want, local niche directories or niche specific directories. You want local media. So that's like your local news company or whatever it may be. If they link back to you from their website, you definitely want that. That's a quality link. Home improvement blogs, you want to go ahead and do that. So that's definitely what you want to go ahead and do when we talk about quality and relevant links, right? And you're going to have to review your link profile and find the bad links and either have them removed or disavowed if bad links are afflicting your website right now, right? And so there's plenty of tools out there like Ahrefs. If you're using SEO provider, they should be able to look at your link profile and be able to move those spammy, bad, irrelevant links, because that could be hurting you from moving up, when it comes in terms of your rankings, right? So work to diversify your anchor text and build more high quality, relevant links. And what anchor text basically is the text that is linking back to your website. So for example, if you're on your local news media and they said your name, right, and they link back to your website, whatever text that they link back to your website that's the anchor text. And what I see a lot of pressure washing business owners do is they just spam their keyword in an anchor text, like pressure washing city, pressure washing your city, pressure washing your city. So like pressure washing Tampa, pressure washing Tampa, pressure washing Tampa. And what they'll eventually do is that's spamming, you know what I mean? So you want to work to diversify your anchor text. So you want to have your brand name. You want to have your website URL. You want to have different variations of other keywords as well. And then also, like I said from the beginning, you want to build more high quality and relevant links back to your business. So no spamming blog pages. Like I know a lot of pressure washing business owners do that, to where you have like pressure washing resource and all these other blogs, and they think that if I just spam my website on these blogs, I'm getting a good backlink, which no, that is hurting you more than it is helping you. And so the third thing too is you need a real physical office to rank well on Google Maps. So Google Maps had a major change with the Google Pigeon update, right? So the primary address local maps listings, so they primarily address the local maps listing, right? So when it comes to that, who took a major toll, basically people that took a major toll when it came to this major update, this major Pigeon update, was businesses that had multiple fake addresses, right? So if you're one of those pressure washing businesses that have multiple listings and you're using fake addresses, you're going to get your listings removed, right? If you use UPS stores, mailboxes, virtual offices, those are means for your Google Maps listing to get removed. So you can no longer do that anymore. Google is going after Google My Businesses just like that, because they've been spammy and irrelevant, and people have just been trying to get leads and generate leads. Or what businesses have done is just create 10 or 15 Google Maps listings across their radius to try to get more leads. So Google's cracking down on that, right? And you need a real physical business address in the city that you want to rank for, right? So that's what you need. And if you don't have a real physical business and you work from home and have the address hidden on Google My Business, that's what you need to go ahead and do. So if you work from home, you know, in order for you to verify your Google My Business, we understand that you need to list an address. So list your home address, but go ahead when it comes to your Google My Business and hide your address and make it a service area business, right? You want to make it a service area business from now on if you have a residential home address, right? So what else has changed? Old-fashioned SEO is no longer effective. In the post Panda Pigeon, you know, Penguin area, it's all about user experience. So you want to optimize for the user's experience, right? So the new SEO approach requires a heavy focus on the user experience. So I call that user experience optimization, right? And so what are the new ranking factors for SEO? There's going to be your click-through rate, right? So click-through rate is key. So click-through rate is essentially how many times are people clicking on your website. So if nobody's clicking on your website on search engine results page, that's going to signal to Google like this must not be what users are looking for, right? You know, scroll rate is essential. Are they scrolling down once they get to your homepage or website? You know, are they scrolling down? Are they just clicking on your website and getting on your homepage and then immediately leaving? Because time on page is a big deal now. To Google, the more that people spend time on your website, you know, that is an indicator to Google that, oh, like, okay, then this business, people are spending quality time on this business's website right now. And a lot of you might think that, well, what if somebody just goes on my website and they call? Google still takes that into consideration. Google still knows that somebody's converting on your website as well. So just taking that into account too. You know, bounce rate is something to watch very closely. And what bounce rate is essentially what I was talking about earlier, where if somebody clicks on your website and they immediately click back out, that's your bounce rate, right? And so you want to have a low percentage bounce rate. You don't want to have a high bounce rate, because if people are just clicking on your website and then immediately leaving within like 3 seconds, that is going to hurt your rankings as well. And that can be the difference between being the 6th result and the 1st result. I've seen that with my own clients. You know, whenever we're pushing out content for them and they're getting a lot of clicks and people are clicking on their website, they move up, you know? And I know that if they're not generating as much of that traffic, it's just because we're not, you know, users are not spending that time on their website, right? And the number of citations, reviews, and relevant links, as we just discussed, also still plays a critical factor as we talked about. So your reviews, how many relevant links you have going back to your website, the number of citations that you are, those are just essentially, as we know, trust and authority signals for Google. Then, you know, the new SEO formula, figure out what the most important keywords based on your service area, and the search volume, right? So you want to have good keywords. So like roof cleaning, you know, pressure washing, you want to find important keywords that are based on the services that you provide in the service areas that you're going for. So for this example, if you provide services like roof cleaning service, you know that you have a roof cleaning service. The service area, what areas are you targeting? Are you targeting your main city in the suburbs? Know that. And what's the search volume on it? Is it a healthy volume? Because if it has no search volume, I'm not saying don't target it, but don't put all your efforts into a search volume, into a keyword that doesn't have good search volume, right? So you can figure this out with tools such as, you know, Google Keyword Planner, WordStream, SpyFu, you know, the Google Keyword Planner for Google AdWords. You know, the next thing is you want to set up a great website with unique pages targeting those keywords, right? So pages for each service in each city that you want to go ahead and target. So if you have gutter cleaning, roof cleaning, house washing, driveway cleaning, paver sealing, building washing, you know, deck and patio cleaning, you want to make pages, you want to make separate service pages for each one. And if you service multiple cities and suburbs, you want to go ahead and have unique content with each city on your website as well. You want to optimize for your, you know, you want to optimize your website for user experience, and you want to optimize your site for on-site optimization. So that's going to be your title tag, your meta descriptions, which we will talk about in a minute, right? And you want to build your authority as well. So like we talked about, links still do matter, and you want to get those quality relevant links going back to your website. So the next thing too, when it comes to the new SEO formula, is you want to track your results as well, because a lot of pressure washing business owners do not track their results at all. So they don't know what is working and what's not working. So when it comes to those factors like the bounce rate and how long people are staying on your website, you want to track those kind of results and see what pages are not performing well to see what you need to do going forward, right? So pressure washing keywords, as we know, so when you're targeting these services and these keywords, as you know, the main keywords that every city is basically going to have is pressure washing, your city, power washing your city, then pressure washing, your city, then power washing, commercial pressure washing, the city, roof cleaning, your city, window cleaning, your city, gutter cleaning, your ceiling, your city, driveway cleaning, your city. So these are going to be the keywords that you want to go ahead and target for your pressure washing business, right? These are the main keywords that people essentially look up when they're looking at pressure washing services, right? So on-site optimization. You want to have a strong website with good content and user experience. So what that means is you want to leverage multimedia to improve your on-page time. So that means that you can have videos on your website, right? Because when you have videos, and that could be before and afters, that could be, video demonstrations, what that does is that keeps people on your website longer. And as we talked about with the new SEO formula when it comes to the user experience optimization, if people are spending more time on your website whenever they're watching those videos, right? So pages for each one of your services, like we talked about, pages for the cities that you serve. So we talked about that as well. Unique content on every page, keyword in your title tag and H1 tag. And this is one of the biggest things that I do not see pressure washing businesses do. You would think that these are low-hanging fruits, like your keyword in the title tag and the H1 tag, right? And these are simple things that I'm going to show you in a couple of examples, after this slide though, but I'm going to show you some examples that pressure washing business owners simply do not do, right? And you want to have a meta description that sells your click, right? You want to have a meta description that sells the click on your website, right? So the meta description, like we're going to talk about in these next few slides, are what's going to get users to click on your actual result. And like we talked about earlier, when it comes to your click-through rate, when it comes to how often people are clicking on your results on Google, that's a user signal to Google. So the more that people are clicking on your result, the better. And the meta description is going to sell that click, right? And so you want to make sure that you have your name, address, and your phone number in the footer, because whenever you're listing out on these local directories and these local listings, you want to make sure that the information on your website matches up with the information across your local listings and directories so that Google can go back and forth and be like, all right, then I can associate this business with this local listing as well so that you can get more authority also. And you want to blog with ongoing updates as well, adding that content, adding that traffic, the freshness, increasing the freshness of your website. And like I said, if people are reading those blogs and those users are reading those blogs on your website, that is increasing the user experience. That is increasing your dwell time, your scroll time, and just overall, hitting on all factors when it comes to the user experience of your website, right? So a live example, like I said, when you have the title tag and you see your website like this, you have the title tag with the keyword. So you want to have, like, for example, for this client, pressure washing Warner Robins, Georgia, you want to make sure that you have your keyword in that title tag, right? And you want to have descriptive meta description that sells that click. So Propel Pressure Cleaning is an award-winning pressure washing company. You know what I mean? So you want to have a meta description that's going to sell that click, that is going to make users click on your results, right? And you can add your keywords. A lot of pressure washing businesses think that, adding that keyword in the meta description plays a role, but Google has already came out with adding your keyword in your meta description really doesn't play a pivotal role. So you really want to just optimize your meta description so that it is selling the click, so that users can go ahead and click on your result, right? And we talked about the H1 tag with the main keyword. A lot of pressure washing businesses don't have an H1 tag with a main keyword right there on their homepage at all, right? So you want to make sure that when you are building out your website that you have an H1 tag with the main keyword right there on your website as well, right? And the next thing, like I said, multiple service pages. Want to make sure that you have multiple service pages. So for like this client, they do residential pressure washing, house washing, deck and patio cleaning, driveway cleaning, pool deck cleaning. All of these other services that they provide, you want to go ahead and do for yourself, right? And then blogging. You want to make sure that, for our client, we continuously blog for them at all times, right? So we continuously blog for them. So you want to make sure that you're putting out that fresh content so that people are clicking on these blogs, they're getting relevant information, And also it allows you to go ahead and outreach to other businesses and other, other websites so that you can get good linking opportunities. Because if you have a blog like this, what you can go ahead and do is you can outreach to another business and say, hey, we talked about 6 reasons to clean your roof. We see that you blog about roofing companies. Would you mind linking back to my blog post? Because people aren't going to link back to your homepage. You know what I mean? Especially if they have a blog where they service people from multiple areas of the United States. That's why it's good to have a blog, because it's easy to outreach to other businesses and other websites to go ahead and get good and relevant links going back to your website, right? And then like we said, the multimedia. So this is one of my other clients, All-in-One ATL. So as you can see right here, they have multimedia on their website, right? So as you can see for the driveway cleaning page right here, they have the driveway cleaning video right here. And so when people look at this driveway cleaning presentation, they're spending time on this website. They're spending time on this page. And so that's going to signal to Google that people are spending time on this page right now. That must mean that this is beneficial for users, because the longer they're spending on it, the better, right? And so off-page SEO, you want to claim and optimize your Google My Business listings. You want to get a lot of citations across the web. You want to build authoritative links back to your website from other websites. You want to have a review generation process in place. And so a lot of pressure washing business owners don't have a review generation process in place. They don't use CRMs, or they don't use CRMs. They don't have an email marketing plan in place to where they simply send an email to each one of their customers that they just served and say, hey, would you mind sending us a review? And having that process set up in place. Because I'm telling you, when you see those pressure washing businesses that have 200, 150 reviews online, that's because they have a review generation process in place. And if you don't have the reviews that you like right now for your business and getting that authority so that you can rank in that map pack, then you need to go ahead and enlist a review generation process for your business, right? The next is going to be getting your business published in news and media outlets, right? So that's going to be like for your local news media outlets, whatever it may be, because these are high authoritative websites that Google trusts. So when you get your business published on these news and media outlets, you seem like the authority. So that could be ABC7, that could be your local news station, whatever it may be. You want to get your business published on these outlets because that makes you seem more authoritative, right? So the secret to getting ranked on the Google map, as you guys can see right here, what the local pack, the local map and Google map ranking factors are. A lot of it, like I said, Google My Business signals. So the proximity, the categories, the keyword and business title. And as you guys can see right here, the link signals. So inbound anchor text, as we just talked about, linking domain authority, linking domain quantity, your review signals as well. So that's going to be, how many reviews do you have as well? It's going to be the on-page signals as well. So like we talked about, presence of your name and address and phone number. Make sure you have that in the footer of your website, right? Keywords and title. So we talked about that. Having your keywords in your title tags as well, and your heading tags also. It's going to be your domain authority as well. It's getting listed on these citations. You know what I mean? So getting listed on yellow pages, things like that, your citation volume. And now as we talked about, the behavioral signals. So that's going to be your click-through rate, your mobile clicks to call, your check-ins, all of that. When users are taking action on your website, or when users are spending time on your website, this is a signal to Google that this is, that this is relevant to a business. And personalization. So as we talked about, you want to have those authentic photos, you want to have those videos on your website as well, and just social signals. So when you have a Facebook page, are people engaging with your Facebook page, your Instagram page, whatever it may be? Are people engaging with that content? So these are the things that are going to get you ranked in that Google Map pack, right? So how do you build up good relevant links? Like I said, you want to go ahead and, as you see, there's a lot of this stuff right here. So getting listed on directory listings, getting listed by fellow pressure washing businesses that aren't in your local area. You know what I mean? So if you're in Florida and you reach out to a pressure washing business in Texas and you say, hey, we have it good. Now, you don't need to be doing this consistently because that can penalize you as well, just doing link exchanges all the time like that. But if you have a good, relevant, quality content or whatever it may be, you can ask another pressure washing business to refer you and give you another link as well, right? And then also, your Chamber of Commerce, those are good websites to get, to go ahead and get listed on as well. You want to continuously blog as well. These are things that you want to do in order to go ahead and enhance, you know, the relevant links that you have going back to your website. And like I said, when you actually mention your blog posts and things on Facebook as well, aren't you listing your URL? So you're getting, even though it's a no follow, which is basically a link that's not giving you authority, it's still a good relevant link going back to your website. So you want to have a holistic view about how you're getting your business out there, because these are big ranking factors and signals. And so how to ethically steal relevant links from competitors. So even with our own business, and what you can be doing is you can use tools like Ahrefs, which we use tools like Ahrefs. And what you can do is you can essentially use these tools and type in a keyword. So for this example, we use pressure washing Tampa, and you can go and as you can see, they list out these websites, and you can go and see the domains, as you can see right now, that are linking back to your, you know, to your competitor. And you can use those same opportunities for your own pressure washing business so that you can ethically steal relevant links from your competitors, right? And so what do these results have in common when it comes to that? So this is one of our clients right here, South Austin Pressure Washing, and they rank in the Google Maps #1 for power washing in Austin, right? And they rank #1 for that, one of our clients, for this keyword. They have a claim and verified Google Maps listing on Google My Business. They have no spam in the company name. Their name is South Austin Pressure Washing, because what a lot of pressure washing businesses will do is they'll be named like Westlake Home and Commercial Services, and they'll put a dash right here, and then they'll put like pressure washing, power washing in Austin, Texas, and that just looks spammy, right? It's not relevant to the user. And so lots of online reviews. So as you can see, they have good online reviews. They have 35. I think they have about 40 at the time of this video, right? Keyword in the title tag. So on their website, they have Power Washing Austin in their title tag of their website, right? And they have lots of citations with consistent references of their name, address, and their phone number across the web. And so that's how you get ranked on that Google My Business, right? And they have a solid link profile across the web as well. We only build relevant quality links from news media authorities, from like local citations, and from other relevant businesses and relevant blogs as well, right? And so the new SEO formula: set up a great website with pages with each of your services for each of the cities that you serve. So we're just basically gonna go over the overview of the new SEO formula. You wanna get your keyword and geo modifier in the title of each of your page, right? You wanna use unique content on every single page. You wanna leverage multimedia, like videos, you know, before and afters, demonstrations, so you can enhance the time on page and reduce your bounce rate, right? You want to get online reviews across the web and have a review generation system in place so that you're getting a lot of reviews for your pressure washing business. You want to build your citations, and you want to build that consistency of your information. So you want to make sure that your name, address, and your phone number are consistent across the web, right? You want to post updated content on an ongoing basis. So that is telling Google that your website's fresh, that you're constantly updating your website, and it's also going to enhance your time on page and reduce bounce rates, because users could potentially look at your blog as well and get good information on that. And your blog post can rank well on Google also, and so people that are just looking that stuff up anyway could spend some time on your site. And you want to build links and authority as well, right? You want to build links and authority. And one key strategy that a lot of business owners don't know about is you want to leverage paid search to identify high converting keywords. So if you're utilizing Google Ads, you know what keywords people are finding you by the analytics that you have with the Google Ads campaign. So you know what keywords users are looking for. Therefore, you can tailor your organic search listings based off of your paid listings as well. So whatever is working well with you in, you know, paid search, where you can actually know what users are searching you by, you can leverage that, you know what I mean, for your own organic results, so that you know what keywords you should be targeting for your pressure washing and power washing business, right? So what's next, right? You can do nothing. You can learn to do it on your own, or you can hire an expert like ourselves, right? So how would you like this done for you? Because we have an ongoing SEO process specifically tailored for pressure washing businesses, right? And we only work with the one pressure washing business per area, you know, per city. So like I said, you can go ahead and give us a call, as you guys do, because we do a free SEO review, right? So we analyze, your online visibility. We create a custom keyword list of your most important search terms. We give you a ranking report showing you where you rank at currently. We do an analysis of your online directory listings and the consistency of your information. We do an analysis of your online reviews and your reputation, an analysis of your social presence, and the analysis of your website conversion effectiveness. If you have things like Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager and Google Search Console on your website, right? So we can look at the speed of your website, the technical SEO, things as this when it comes to your website as well. So if you're hitting on all these cylinders, then, having and leveraging a systematic way of getting leads and results for your pressure washing business is going to be the way to go. So if you can go ahead and get your business ranked higher by implementing what we just went over in this presentation, you will have, like I said, a systematic way of generating leads and phone calls for your business throughout the year. And with doing so, you will have the confidence and you'll have the security blanket of knowing that you can always generate leads for your pressure washing business. If you're tired of being on page 2 and beyond and not getting any phone calls or not getting any leads and not getting any sales with your website, go ahead and schedule a free strategy session with us below, and we'll go over your website and your whole SEO presence right now so that we can go ahead and give you a game plan going forward so that you're getting better rankings and you're getting on that first page of Google so that you're getting more leads and more sales into your pressure washing business. We look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for watching the video.